Hey, what's up guys, Yusuf here from TechDroids and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel and finally getting to make this video. In today's video, we'll be comparing the GTX 16 series of graphics cards. Sorry for being late with this one. But yeah, I'll tell you guys, what is the value point of each graphics card and we'll compare, all of them together, get you some gaming benchmarks, get you, a comparison for you to, get your confusion out, which graphics cards in the series you should go for. Are they even worth it? Should you be interested in them? All that in this video. So with that being said, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and also let me know in the comments down below what do you think about this video and the graphics cards. And let's get started. Alright, so first up, before we get to the actual comparison, we have to unbox all these graphics cards and yeah, it will be fun. So let's get started. So getting to the GTX 1650. So yeah, opening up the box, first things first. Styrofoam covering, Galaxy's manual that has all the details regarding the installation of the graphics card and how you can get the drivers and things running. Pretty much, everyone knows how to do these things, but still it's helpful, and if you ever run into any problem, you can refer the guide. That is the graphics card itself. Let's get the box out of the way. Nothing else in the box. Here you go. It is a really good looking graphics card for the price. It is the cheapest graphics card from the 16 series. We're gonna get this out of the way. And here it is. So you have your outputs, basic 3 outputs. This is the dual fan edition, pretty compact, pretty small, not very huge. You have your, plastic coverings. We'll just, take that out later. So this is the GTX 1650. Now getting to the other graphics cards. This is the 1660, so we are moving up in order. And just gonna slice through the tape. So this is actually a slightly bigger card. This is the GTX 1660. Again, dual fans, and you also have the similar outputs here. So DisplayPort, HDMI and dual link DVI. So we're gonna keep this to the side as well and get to the last graphics card in our collection. That is the 1660 Ti. This is the most expensive one, so yeah, that is something you gotta know, and you will be spending extra money on this, but it's definitely the best graphics card out of the series, or the most powerful in my opinion. This is the GTX 1660 Ti. So yeah, output wise, again, you have the 3 normal outputs, DisplayPort, HDMI and dual link DVI. And in terms of just the size comparison, I think the 1650 is the smallest, whereas the 1660 and the 1660 Ti are, pretty much the same form factor. And on the 1660, you do require a 6-pin PCI connector, whereas on the 1660 Ti, you need an 8-pin PCI connector. Whereas the 1650, this is pretty much the entry-level beginner graphics card. Nothing really, power hungry. This will just run out of, direct power from your motherboard from the PCI slot, so you can use this as an upgrade card for older systems, or if you're on a tight budget, don't have a really good power supply, this is the graphics card to go for. And yeah, talking about the specs of these graphics cards, starting off the comparison, 1650 comes with 4 GB of GDDR5 memory. This comes with 6 GB of GDDR5 memory, and this also comes with 6 GB, but this is GDDR6 memory. So this is faster memory, so more bandwidth and just better memory as it's the newer edition. And in my opinion, the most powerful card here is the 1660 Ti, but it is the most expensive as well. But again, as I said, if you buy it from Supercomputers and Laptop, you'll get a really good deal, around 22,000 rupees for the 1660 Ti. Now talking about the value or the proposition of each graphics card, starting off with the 1650, in my opinion, this is a good card for people who are trying to upgrade their PC, maybe their old PC that's really bad, doesn't have a GPU, has a very bad GPU. This is a good card for that. I don't really recommend the 1650 as a new card. You don't want to use this in your new build. I'd say at least go to the 1660, you'll get really good value, because the 1650 is a decent card. It's not bad or anything, but then it's not the best in terms of performance. It can bottleneck the cheapest of CPUs. This will bottleneck a entry-level i3 as well, and there's no point pairing this with an i5 or anything higher. Even with an i3, this will kind of bottleneck. So yeah, as I said, maybe use this to upgrade your old system, or if you're in a very tight budget, you don't want to spend an extra rupee, then maybe you can go with the 1650. It's not a bad card. It can play games. The esport titles are quite playable on this one. So CS:GO, Dota 2, League of Legends, Rocket League, all those games are definitely playable. You can play AAA titles, but you won't get the best performance. It won't be the best value for your money. So yeah, 1650, there you go. 1660 and 1660 Ti, definitely the cards that I recommend you go for. 1660 is going to be the mid tier. It is the sweet spot. It's going to strike that balance between price to performance. It's not very expensive and it's got performance. You can play 1080p medium to max settings in modern AAA titles, and this is going to be the most popular card out of the series as well, in my opinion, because most people are going to go for this. It's not very expensive, it's not very cheap, it's not very powerful, it's not very weak, it's not going to bottleneck anything. You can definitely pair this with the i3 or i5, and similarly on AMD side, Ryzen 3 and Ryzen 5, you can definitely go with the 1660. Now coming to the 1660 Ti with the 6GB of GDDR6 memory, this is the card you should go for if you're planning to do live streaming, high-end gaming, editing, and just multi-threaded workloads. Your workloads are very heavy, you need a lot of power. Go with the 1660 Ti in my opinion. It's definitely worth it. It is a little bit more expensive compared to the other two graphics cards in the series, but yeah, 1660 Ti should get the job done for basically a mid-tier gaming PC. If you're having a budget of around maybe $800 or $1,000, you can definitely go with the 1660 Ti. If you have extra money, you can go for the RTX 2060 as well. I've done videos on the RTX series of graphics cards, so go check that out as well. And yeah, 1660 should be the go-to for i3 or i5 users, Ryzen 3 or Ryzen 5 users. This graphics card is the one you should actually keep an eye on. So yeah, this is now something that's common between these graphics cards is that they're built on top of the Turing architecture, and they do support DirectX 12. And two of these graphics cards, the 1660 and the 1660 Ti, are VR ready. So yeah, you have the latest of Vulkan, and all those technologies are there. You have NVIDIA Ansel and all their new features that come with the Turing architecture. So yeah, that's it for the theoretical details. Now let's get to the benchmarks of the 1650 versus 1660 versus the 1660 Ti, so you can have a look for yourself which one is going to give you what kind of numbers. I'm not really good at benchmarks, so I'm gonna link the source that I got them from down below. These are the benchmarks for the 1650, 1660 and the 1660 Ti. So enjoy. With the benchmarks out of the way, I think you've got a fair, good idea of how each of the graphics cards will perform. They're pretty much the same when it comes to outputs and design and cooling and things like that, but power does make a difference, performance does make a difference, and I've explained to you how each graphics card will perform and what kind of consumer they are for. So yeah, I hope this video helped you out. That is it for this one. Go ahead and like the video and also let me know in the comments down below which graphics card you want to buy or you're using, what is your experience with it, and what would you change. And with that being said, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads like this. Also guys, huge shout out again to Supercomputers and Laptop. They're located in SP Road, Bangalore. Their contact details are down below. Go check them out. They'll give you a really good discount on all of the 16 series. And that's been it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. With